You're listening to Short Inspirations from Ralph. Overcoming the Odds, Part 1. Everyone has odds against them. None of us are guaranteed immunity from all the things that can happen in life. But we do know that God is interested in strengthening us despite those things. He not only promises to be with us, but He also calls us and empowers us to become an overcomer. When you look at one of my favourite characters in the Bible, that's Joseph, you see a perfect example or type of an overcomer. And whenever I read the story of Joseph, it will never fail to give me goosebumps. It's like viewing a movie in brilliant Technicolor. In fact, when I was at high school at King's High School in Dunedin, I had a record called Joseph and His Technicolor Dreamcoat. It was a musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and I played this over and over, and I played it to our Christian Endeavour type group at the high school. And I loved Pharaoh's song. The musical portrayed him as a sort of an Elvis Presley. Well, I was wandering along by the banks of the river when 7 fat cows come up out of the Nile, ah-ha-ha. And right behind these fine healthy animals came 7 other cows. They were skinny and vile, ah-ha-ha. Well, the thin cows ate the fat cows, which I thought it would do them good, ah-ha-ha. But it didn't make them fatter like such a monster supper should. Well, the thin cows were as thin as they had ever been. This dream has got me baffled. Hey, Joseph, won't you tell me what it means? Love it. And so Joseph's pathway, his journey of life, was one of overcoming a highly dysfunctional family background, gross unfairness and injustice, to become the actual Prime Minister of Egypt, eventually, with him, get this, forgiving his vindictive, bullying brothers. And Joseph's story was told in the coats that he wore. 3 of them. Firstly, he wore the coat of many colours, which could be called the coat of salvation. And then he wore the coat that Potiphar's wife tore off him when she tried to get him to sleep with her. And for this story, it's called the coat of Christian character. Finally, there was the coat that Pharaoh put on him when he became the second most powerful man in Egypt. Therefore, at that time in the world, really, it's called the coat of the overcomer. This story is a message to you and I on how to overcome, no matter what life throws at us. Let's look at these coat by coat over this series. So the first coat, the coat of salvation. Genesis 37:3. Now, Jacob loved Joseph more than all his children. There's some dysfunction for a start. Because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colours. So the first thing to notice with this coat of salvation is that it was a gift from the Father. Joseph never paid a penny for it. He never provided 1 inch of fabric for it, not a button or a thread or a stitch. He did nothing to contribute to that coat. The coat was a free gift from the Father to the Son. It's a beautiful picture of salvation. And 21 times the New Testament calls our salvation the gift of God. You see, no one anywhere can stand before God and say, look what Jesus and I did. You see, if you can produce 1 cent's worth of your salvation, that would make you a co-redeemer of Jesus Christ, and it nullifies the work of the cross. In the last part of Ephesians 4:32 it says, as God for Christ's sake has forgiven you. God doesn't forgive you because you deserve it or earn it, but God for Christ's sake has forgiven you. It's a free gift, the coat of salvation. 1 Corinthians 1:30, everything we have, right thinking and right living, a clean slate and a fresh start, comes from God by way of Jesus Christ. Keep listening. God bless you.